Those characters are cool. Wisdom Child says, how do you know which strings are good for your characters? Some characters have like 15 to 20 string, but I only see pros use like 5 at best. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to figure out strings of the character. Who's a good choice for this? Let's think. What's a character? All right, we'll do it with Firestorm. I want to pick somebody that I don't really know that well, right? I want to pick somebody that I don't really know that well, so I can go through the process. So this is how I learn a character, right? So when I look for strings in a character, the first thing you want to do, right when you get into the match with the character, is you hit the pause, you go to the move list, right? So this is all your command attacks. This is just your regular attacks, right? So you can see kind of like what all the normal attacks are. And these are really cool. If there's anything on here that you want to try by itself, you can, right? So like his 1, his 2, his 3, they all look like that. That's cool. But I want to know about the strings. So you're going to look at the strings. Now, when you dissect the strings, the things that you're looking for in an NRS game are advancing strings, right? You want strings that move you forward and that are safe, right? And anything with an overhead or a low in it is really good too. So 1-1, that's a high. It's block advantage. You can see where it says block advantage over there. It's 0, which is great. That's neutral on block, right? So that's safe. So 1-1. Okay, that's cool. I got a 1-1. You have a 1-1-2 that is advantage, right? It's 3 plus 3, and you got 1-1-3, which is -3. That is still safe, right? 6 frames is the goal. You want something that's better than -6. That's like the fastest normal. So you're like, okay, -3, that's great. So 1-1-2, that's advantage if it hits. Okay, let's try to special cancel it. You can't special cancel it. Okay, so 1-1-2, good. That's awesome. You got a pressure string, right? That's advantage. Now you know that. 1-1-3, it's a little low. Okay, so we got a little mix up in there. We might be able to maybe do an overhead off of it if our character has an overhead. So now we know, like, all right, like, awesome. We have an advantage string. 1-1-2. This is great for starting our offense, right? It's great for starting our offense. Back 1-2. Okay, this is an overhead string. It's -10. Okay. So this is important, right? Back 1-2 is great because now we know, like, okay, we have an overhead string, right? It's advancing. Like, you see that? It moves forward. Overhead. Awesome. We got an overhead string. So now if our character has any low special moves, we have a mix-up that we can use, right? So Molten Trap's a low. So let's say you have back 1-2. That's an overhead, right? Okay. Awesome. We got an overhead. What if we do the low? Now we have a little mix-up in there, right? We've just found some offense. So we know, okay, 1-1-2, that's advantage on block. That's an overhead. That's a low mix-up. So we have a little mix-up there, right? We can go overhead. We can go low. So we have some stuff in there. We have some stuff. That's awesome. And now that we know that, what is this? I don't even know. So we meter burn that, and we get a combo off of it. So cool. So back 1-2, knockdown, cool. The other one, back 1. That is low, and it leads to a combo. Okay, so we know that 1-1-2, that's our starter. It's advantage on block, awesome. We know that back 1-2, and let me just tag these. Back 1-2 is a mix-up string, so let's tag that one and tag that one. Next string, forward 1-3. This is a mid. Okay, it's a little kick. That looks like it might be good for comboing stuff. It advances. You can cancel into a special move. Sick. So you might use that in juggles, right? So I imagine, like, yeah, cool. All right, that's good to know. Oh yeah, it has forward 1-3-3, and then forward 1-3-3-2. Okay, so there's an extender to it. Whoa, that's cool. So it's 0 on block. That's awesome. So we have kind of 2 scenarios here, right? So this string and this string. Forward 1-3-3. This looks like a combo move, right? That looks like something you would use in a juggle, like that. So that's probably cool for that. And then you kick them, and then you do the fireball. Nice. We got a combo move. If it's blocked, then you go into forward 1-1, 3, or forward 1-1-2, and it's 0 on block. Boom. push them away at the end. Nice. That's awesome. So we got a couple of strings there. 2-2 is minus 14 on block. Man, that is rough. I don't want to do that. That's really unsafe. 2-3 is minus 5. That's not bad. It's not good, but that's not bad. And it's a little low in there. Okay. That's good to know. 4-2-1, that's minus 7. Wow, there's an advancing string. Okay, we got an advancing string. That's good to know. 4-2-1-3, minus 5. That's good. So that's a little safer. 4-1-2-3. Look at that. Is that special cancelable? Let's try it. Boom. Check that out. So now we got an advancing move that if we do it, it's safe on block. It's minus 5. And if it hits, special cancel. Oh, let's go. We got a combo already. Oh, what was that other string? 4-1-1. Okay, that one. Boom. We got our string. We do this. Boom. We got a combo just by looking at the strings, right? We've got this. If it's blocked, I'm safe on it. Boom. If it hits, we do a combo with the string that we found out earlier. Boom. Look at that. 350 damage combo. Nice. Nice. All right. Our 2-minute explanation is good. Now, let's look back at some of the command moves he has, right? Is there any other command moves that we didn't see in here? So, forward 2. We already looked at that. Back 2. Overhead. I don't think we've looked at that. So, it's key when you're looking at the frame data. Look over there to the left. Do I have my whiteboard on here? Hold on. Add. 1 second. I'll help you guys out. Whiteboard. Right click to view instructions. I don't need no instructions. Let's go. So when I'm looking at the frame data over there, right? So what I'm looking at is move type. This will tell you whether it's a mid, an overhead, a low, a high, etc. Right? The other thing I'm looking at is startup. That's how fast it is. And block advantage. Those things are all important. So when I'm looking at back 2, right? It's an overhead, right? 14 frame startup. That's super fast. It's very tough to react to. Most human reaction puts it about 18 to 22 frames, so super fast. Block advantage, minus 7. As I mentioned, the fastest moves are generally 6 frames, right? So minus 7's not bad, right? Minus 7 is not bad. So let's see what this back 2 looks like. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You see that? Lunging overhead? Oh, man. So now we got some stuff, right? What do we have earlier? We had a couple of low strings. So we had thanks very much for the host, Romuler. I'm doing some lecturing right now. So if you guys are new to NRS games, I got you. We got our forward 2, or we got our back 2. That's our overhead. As I mentioned, minus 7, not bad. And it looks like it has pushback on it. So let's test this out. How do I? Okay, practice options. Here's how you test stuff in training mode. So I want to test if Candleman's overhead is unsafe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn myself into Superman. Now I'm Superman. Okay. And then I'm going to go to record. I'm going to have Candleman do back 2 and then low block. Right? So, playback. He's going to do back 2. And I can punish it with my down 1. Alright, let's try to space it out. Oh shit, that was a little late on the punish. Let's try to space it out like right here. Ooh. Wait a minute. If we space it out, it might be harder to punish. Alright, down 1 punish. That's pretty good. Oh, it's tough. It's like frame perfect. So Candleman's back 2 is pretty far, right? It's not easy to punish. Yeah, it's not easy to punish, right? We can see this. It's pretty good. Like, yeah, you have to do it like frame perfect. Alright, so now that we know that about Candleman's back 2, I can turn myself back to him. So here's what we've learned so far, right? We've messed around with him a little bit. We've tagged all the strings. You can see that I've tagged the strings over here on the screen so that I can remember them. If you guys have bad memory, this is a really useful thing to do. So this is something that you should do a lot. So what do we have on our stream here? If you don't remember stuff well, you should take notes, by the way. That's what I do when I'm working on character breakdowns. So we have our 1-1-2. This was advantage, remember? So that's advantage on block. Awesome. We can use that to start our offense, right? Great. We have our back 1-2, which we found out was an overhead. That's cool. That's a mix-up string. We also found out that we can cancel this back 1 into our low. What is it? What's the input for it? I keep forgetting. Is it like that? Or, oh, is it? What is it? What's the input for it? That's what it is. So that's a low. right? So we have a low in there. So you can do back one into the overhead punch, or back one into the low projectile. And the low, if we hit it, man, it's such a weird input. What is it? Hold on, let me look at it again. Special moves. Down, back, or back, down. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's the low. And we learned that, you know, he has the overhead. And the low, if we hit it, it's a combo starter if you spend bar on it. Awesome. So we have a little mix up there between that and the overhead or that and the low. Then we saw that we have forward 1, 3, 3. That's a couple of kicks. That's good for canceling into special moves, right? Does a lot of damage. And then forward 1, can kick into the ender. That's 0 on block, which is awesome, right? I mean, it keeps you pretty safe. So if you want to do something like this, you see that it hits and cancels into a special move, cool. If you see that they're blocking, you just do the punch at the end, keep yourself safe. The other string we looked at, God Particle, the one on the bottom, we learned that that's an advancing string, right? And it's safe on block. Awesome. Safe on block, and it's also special cancelable. So if it hits, boom, we do a combo off of it. Right, we do this. Remember we learned that string earlier, this bad boy, the can, cancel that boy, we got a combo. So that's easy peasy, basic, how to learn a character in an NRS game, right? You want me to do